Welcome to the Edit Microsystems Guide for South African Learning and Special Needs Schools using Clicker 6 on your smartboard. You can see that I already have Clicker 6 open. You can see Clicker at the top here on what is called the Clicker Documents, which looks a little bit similar to Microsoft Word, but there are some differences. I'm going to get started by typing into the documents using my keyboard. If you have a Smartboard 600 series, you can press on the button on your pen tray, which brings up the keyboard. Oops, I forgot to punctuate, to capitalize, but let's just see what happens when I punctuate.
Hi, my name is Tammy.
Clicker 6 has been set up to read back to you each sentence after you type it out and punctuate it, and also, very helpfully, to punctuate your proper nouns and even the beginning of your sentences. How do I spell football? We have a handy tool called the Clicker Predictor, which I can bring up, and it will help me by trying to predict what I was trying to say. It's even predicting phonetically. So despite the fact that I didn't put in two O's, it recognized that maybe I wanted to spell football, and your learners can come up to the board at this point and click on football, and it will bring that word into your document, also with a picture, an instant picture in the document. And if I punctuate,
I like to play football.
it will read that back to me, reinforcing that that's what I wanted to say. I could also have used any of these numbers on my keypad to enter the word. I can just close my word predictor by clicking here. And if I want to have everything read back, I can click on this little speech bubble.
Hi, my name is Tammy. I like to play football.
And then I can also go here and illustrate my picture a little bit more, either by opening a picture from a file, starting a paint picture, which I start from scratch, paint a picture, or taking a photo using my built-in webcam. We'll play with all of those later. I just wanted to show you that they're there. But right now I'm going to open up some clicker grids or clicker sets, as they are called, which I had previously opened but just minimized in order to show you the document, which is always there in the background. So if I go down here and click on this little show grid area icon, it brings up one of the activities that I had previously opened, a sentence building activity.
A baker bakes bread and makes cakes.
This is the model sentence, and at the bottom it's been jumbled up and I need to unjumble it. A baker makes bread and cakes bakes. I've made a mistake here.
A baker makes bread and cakes bakes.
It's not going to try and correct you, it's not going to mark you, but you can hear
A baker bakes bread and makes cakes.
that it doesn't sound the same. So it tries to encourage you to correct yourself. There is another type of activity which I could use for more advanced learners who have some literacy skills, and that's called a word bank. In this example, they have a bank of words at the bottom, which they can click on to send them up to your documents, but then they still need to type in the words in between. To do that, you can even bring up your clicker on the screen keyboard by clicking on this icon, and then they can come up to the board and type in each letter, or they can just use the keyboard as usual. I'm just going to close that, and now I can look at my word bank again. And don't think that sentence building activities have to be basic. They can be more advanced, like this one about frogs, where I can say in the spring, and here I still need to fill in some words myself because I don't see a the, so I would have to type it, or I could bring up my predictor, and there it's going to help me with the. Now I'm going to just close that so I can see what's happening here. The female frog lays eggs. Okay, and when I punctuate that, it will obviously read back to me. At this point, I'd like you to choose Which of these activities, a sentence building or a word bank, would you like to create with your learners and move on to that training session? And finally, I'll show you that when you are finished with all of your activities and you want to save their work, you can go to Documents, you can either print it or save it as a Microsoft Word document if you're hoping to email it to someone who doesn't have Clicker, but they can still read through what you guys did for the day in class. That's all for the opening. Please choose either sentence building or word bank creating activity to continue with your training.
Don't forget to like Edit Microsystems on Facebook.